Everyone, and welcome to the Back 40 Feet, where we talk about suburban, urban, and patio gardening. And I'm out here in the back 40, and today's project is planting the tomato plants. I've already got some in the ground now. I have some plums, some steaks, and some cherry tomatoes. And let's see what I've got to plant. Here are some of my tomatoes that are going to go into the ground. In fact, I'm going to put everybody in the ground today. You can see these guys are really, well, besides the fact it's windy, really ready to go in. They're already in bloom. So I've mentioned this when I've been transplanting the tomatoes, but the most important thing is going to be when I plant them to make sure that I plant to the first leaf. And what that would do is provide the tomato plants with a good root system, and it also gets them deep enough that they'd be less prone to dry out, because the deeper you go, the more moisture is in the soil. So what I've done over here is I have dug a hole. This is about 8 inches deep, so that when I put the tomato plant in there, that should be deep enough. So I've set the plant in the ground, and you can see here this has a great root system, and it is definitely on level with the dirt in terms of where the first leaf is. So I'll cover this up and then give supports. But the other thing I wanted to just show is, if you look here in the crook of each of these branches, you'll see another, they're called suckers, coming out. And what that will do is it will make multiple trunks of the tomato plant. Given that I grow my tomato plants vertically, I have to pinch those off, otherwise I would end up more with a shrub. If you use a tomato cage and you're not planting vertically, you could pretty much ignore them. So I'm going to pinch all of those off. So now that this is in the ground, I'm going to put the trellis up that it's going to be supported by. And here you can see that I've already used these on the other plants that have been put into the ground. These are called tomato ladders, and they're really sturdy metal. And what I like about them, so this is the one that I haven't put in, is if you look down at the bottom, the footing is almost 12 inches. In fact, actually, now that I look at it, it is 12 inches. So these things aren't going anywhere. I mean, you can look and see. That's really sturdy, and this will support the weight of the tomatoes. They're about 4 feet tall. I do have some that are taller that I'll use for some of the other tomatoes that I know will get taller than the ones I just planted. And I can just train them up, and that way in my square foot I'll be able to, you can see that these are all planted about 1.5 feet away from each other, to maximize the use of my tiny little garden here. And there's the finished garden. All the tomatoes are in the main garden now.